Good day, it's Ray. If you watched the last video, you know that we've already created the protagonist of our little Mori region. And today, I will not only be tackling the rival, but I will also be creating the professor that gives you the Pokemon. If you're new here, hey, hello! I don't know how you found this video. If you like this video afterwards, you can subscribe and click the like button. And the best part about both of those things is that you can undo it and it's free. So go ahead. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for watching and subscribing. And I hope I can continue to impress you. Okay, enough wasting time. Let's try. Okay, so I decided that the rival would be Celeste. I'm not exactly quite sure why I decided that. Pretty sure it's because of who's going to be the professor, but she's the rival. So I'm pretty proud of this design because I thought it was pretty cute. I gave her like a sweater vest, but it's like a crop top sweater vest. And then I gave her like really long sleeves for her dress because she has wings. I made her bangs look like her owl feathers on her face. A whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of Celeste stuff. I don't really know what kind of rival she would be because in other games you have rivals like Hop where he's competing against you not because he can't stand you, but mostly just because he wants a rival that makes him want to do better. And then we have other rivals who genuinely probably cannot stand you. And then later on, they're impressed by you. But with Celeste, I think she'd be the kind of rival who wants to be your rival because she respects you, maybe. Like, she wants to be your rival because she thinks that you're competent enough to, like, fight her. Like, you're smart enough to do it. Like, you're good enough to do it. Other than again, maybe I made her the rival because Celeste is, like, one of my favorite Animal Crossing characters because she's super adorable. But who knows? So I actually had some concept sketches for Celeste before this video. And when I say before this video, I mean literally a couple of days after the first episode of this series went up. Okay, so I thought Celeste would be easier. Out of the two people I'm doing today, I thought that she'd be the easiest because not only is she a girl, but she's a cute girl, and she's Celeste, and she's adorable. But I'm telling you, she gave me the hardest time with not only just the pose, but with her color scheme as well. At first, I was going to do her hair red and her dress red. But then that looked too matchy-matchy, and the red hair against the red dress just didn't work out. I just felt like it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good. And then I thought, like, I could do a yellow skirt with yellow shoes and yellow tights, and all of that just looked like, why would you ever do that to yourself? And then I was just planning on doing yellow tights, and everything else is just a different color, like her skirt and her shoes. But that didn't look good either. The yellow was offsetting. It was off-putting. It was weird. So I decided that the yellow was just going to stick to her shoes because her shoes are just a tiny sliver on her feet and it was not going to go to the rest of the drawing anyways. And if you couldn't see that, there was a point in time where I'm like, okay, maybe she could be blonde. Obviously, I did not like that. I did not let that go anywhere. So I just decided to make her have black hair. The only other place you will see yellow is on her lips because I thought it was appropriate since she has a beak. I just came up with this idea. Maybe because Celeste loves stars, she will try to get herself some star-related Pokemon. So I'm assuming, like, since star-related Pokemon is not, like, a type, she'd most likely go after, like, fairy-type Pokemons or dark-type Pokemons, because those two can be mostly associated with not fairy, but, like, star-like Pokemon. One thing I did decide to keep in her human design is her eyes. When Celeste looks up at the stars in the game, she has really starry eyes because she is amazed by the stars. I gave her permanently starry eyes, but now that I think about it, maybe she has regular eyes when she's out of battle, but when she's battling, she has starry eyes. It doesn't matter, I gave her starry eyes. The reason why I said I had trouble with her pose is because I had lined an entirely different illustration before this video. I think the reason why I didn't go through with it is because it wasn't recording or something happened with the recording that made me have to restart. But nonetheless, I restarted. I just felt like the pose and the expression she was making was not Celeste to me. It seemed too competitive. just not like her. So originally Celeste's sleeves were going to just be like regular straight sleeves until I saw this one picture. I'm probably going to show it up on the screen, or probably not. Maybe I'll forget, maybe I'll get too lazy. But then I saw this one picture of someone who drew her sleeves, like how her feathers look. I thought that looked and was interpreted a lot better than my straight sleeves. I was also originally going to give Celeste some massicoins. I don't know how to say it, obviously. I was originally going to give her that because those were one of my favorite shoes. In Animal Crossing, I decided against it whilst drawing because first off, I didn't feel like drawing that, so that's a pretty dumb decision to make because I didn't feel like it, but I didn't feel like it. And secondly, because I just felt like that the slip-on looking shoes were a lot better. Well, that's all for Celeste. Let's move on to the next drawing. So with Blathers, I didn't set too high of expectations for myself because I am a lot better at drawing girls. So I think the reason why I enjoy the end result so much is, number one, I didn't really set expectations like I did Celeste. And number two, it's Blathers. I don't know, I just expected it to come out pretty bad, but it came out pretty good, and I'm really proud of myself. So I decided to give him glasses. The only thing I do regret about that is the fact that in Blather's eyes, you can see that his big eyes are surrounded by like a silver line. So I wish that I would have made his glasses like silver lined glasses because of that. I decided to give him the same little, hair things that I gave Celeste because they both got the same thing. I didn't give him yellow lipstick, although I'm kind of wishing that I did now because I want to see how that looks. For the colors on this one, I experimented with the coat being white because with most of the professors, the coats are white if you exclude Pokemon Go. But then at the same time, I still wanted him to have a white coat because I just felt like, a signature style, a signature professor style. I didn't have the same problem with the yellow tights like I did with Celeste because I decided to make his pants the same color as his tie because I just thought it would be easier. But looking back at the image now, I realized that he kind of has the same colored tie as Tom Nook's like whole turquoise vacation feel. So I feel like Blathers would definitely be a really precise kind of professor. He doesn't make mistakes often, and he doesn't like bug Pokemon because he doesn't like bugs in the game. He gets freaked out, he squirms around. So I think bug Pokemon will be his like enemy times 2 or something. Like at the top of his list it would be bugs, and the second ones would be bug Pokemon. Or maybe he thinks they're worse because they're not only bugs, but they're also bugs who can shoot razor leaves at him if they wanted to. So that doesn't help his fear. And then maybe that would also make him like flying type Pokemon. Maybe he likes birds. Not because he's a bird, but because those birds eat caterpies and stuff. Although now that I think about it, since this series is going to be me drawing Animal Crossing characters as Pokemons, it'd be kind of dark if he took enjoyment out of watching a flying type Animal Crossing character eat another bug Animal Crossing character. But we're not going to think about that. I do already have some concept sketches of the 3 starter Pokemon. Although with what I do know is that I don't have to restart the grass type Pokemon because the grass type Pokemon isn't a bug Pokemon. Because I definitely don't think he'll have a bug Pokemon as a starter. I gave Blathers a sweater vest because, again, just like Celeste, he has a sweater vest looking pattern on him, so that's what I gave him. He has a very formal style of clothing, which makes sense. He's a professor, and in Animal Crossing, he is a museum curator. And with that, this speed paint is over. As you get closer to the figure, you start to realize who it is. It's your friend, Celeste. She wants to walk with you to the lab that her brother runs in order to get her starter Pokemon to. Once you arrive, you're greeted by Blathers himself, who, side note, I decided to name him Blathers Hawthorne because all Pokemon professors have their last names tree species, and I thought Hawthorne would be appropriate. Blathers welcomes you inside, and he sets 3 Pokemon balls on the table. He tells you to choose one that you like the best. After he finishes that sentence, he opens all 3 Pokeballs. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you want to know when the next episode of the series comes out. And like the video if you like the video. That seems self-explanatory. The next episode will officially start the Pokemon roster. Maybe I'll put a Word or Google document of the Pokédex for this region. Maybe not. All I know is that the first 3 Pokemon of the series is next episode, so stay tuned for that. Also, comment down below if you already have an Animal Crossing character in mind you want to see turned into a Pokemon. And with that, see ya!